stopped organizing. We stopped protesting. We stopped putting pressure on the white power structure. And the reason we did that is because the white power structure gave us a brand new post-Dr. King 𝚂𝚄𝙱𝚁𝚗𝙀𝚗𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚀𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂𝚂 structure. And that Negro aristocracy, a bunch of Negroes with titles without power, that Negro aristocracy that the white man gave us after they killed Dr. King, a bunch of Negroes with titles without any power, but they were able to garner the confidence and the faith of black people. So one of the reasons we stopped protesting is because we had faith in the post-Dr. King bourgeoisie to deliver us some tangible resources and opportunities. The gatekeepers. And the irony of the post-Dr. King gatekeepers is the fact that it was Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, a Pan-Africanist, but a Garvey hater nonetheless. He is the one who gave birth to the notion of the talented 10th. But the talented 10th never really took form during Du Bois' life the way that it would do after his death. And of course, Du Bois passed away, I think, in the early 70s, right? So he would have been around right after the Dr. King assassination, but he would not participate in the post-Dr. King talented 10th. And now we can look 53 years later after the post-Dr. King talented 10th, and we can say to ourselves that that was nothing but a setup for a sellout. I'm going to say it again. The post-Dr. King talented 10th, okay, was nothing but a setup for a sell. But we celebrating Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad 73rd Earth Day of what I would call one of our most unapologetically African organizers and leaders of the modern era. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad was the living example of black masculinity and manhood, brothers and sisters. And one thing we got to remember about Dr. Khalid and Dr. King, okay, and I would put myself, not comparing me to them, but I would be in that category as well, as brothers who had real doctorate degrees and could have done something else with our life. Dr. King did not have to give his life to civil rights. He could have became a T.D. Jakes. He could have became a Creflo Dollar. Dr. King could have been the greatest megachurch minister of all time. Dr. King could have been the greatest megachurch minister of all time, but instead of doing that, he gave his life to black people. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad had a doctorate degree. He even a year at Harvard University, brothers and sisters. I want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. The founder of the new Black Panther and oratorical skills could have very much, okay, spent his life doing something other than protecting the lives of black people, brothers and sisters. And when you look at the police brutality against black people that has taken place in this country since Dr. Khalid's death. Now, Dr. Khalid left us in February of 2001. What was the day he passed, Queen Mother?
February 17th.
February 17th, 2001 is when Dr. Khalid transitioned, right? So he left us right at the beginning of the 21st century. And since Dr. Khalid left us, we've been catching hell from the police ever since. Not to say it wasn't a problem before, but while Dr. Khalid was on post, brothers and sisters, the new Black Panther Party would show up anywhere to defend the life of black people. Y'all remember when Dr. Khalid showed up in Jasper, Texas with the James Byrd situation, brothers and sisters. Remember that? When James Byrd, a black man, got a ride home from some of his white friends. We got to talk about that. White friend. What is a white friend? Somebody got to explain this concept of black people having white friends. So James Byrd got into a pickup truck with some white friends of his, and instead of being friendly, they became devilly, and they drugged that brother to his death. His body parts was found all along that highway. His head came off his body, legs came off his body, arms came off his body, and the only black leader in America, who decided to go down to Jasper, Texas, and personally, not send no representative. Dr. Khalid didn't send no representative. He went to Jasper, Texas himself, brothers and sisters, with the new Black Panther Party to find out exactly what was going on and why is it that an American town is letting white folk drag black people to their deaths, brothers and sisters. Dr. Khalid did that. It reminds me of the late, great Medgar Evers. Y'all remember him? NAACP activist out of Jackson, Mississippi, one of our great black leaders who was often overlooked. Okay, he must be mentioned. We must remember Medgar Evers. Just like Dr. Khalid was the only black leader to go and investigate the Jasper, Texas lynching of James Byrd, Medgar Evers was the only black leader to go down into the dungeons of Mississippi to investigate the lynching of Emmett Till. That's right, brothers and sisters. None of your other black leaders went down there to investigate the death of Emmett Till. Only Medgar Evers did that. None of your leaders went down there to investigate the lynching of James Byrd in Jasper, Texas. Only Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad did that, brothers and sisters. Dr. Khalid had the youth, okay? Dr. Khalid had the youth. He had the Million Youth March right here in New York City that the European power structure tried to sabotage, but it still went on.